This is KMTV 3 News Now, live at 10.
Tonight, Campaign 2018 is underway, with the races for Congress, Governor, and U.S. Senate being the hottest ones in Nebraska. Unfortunately, the battle for a state legislative seat has taken an ugly turn. Good evening, I'm Craig nigrelli. Jenny is off tonight. One of the candidates in the race says she has been the target of racially charged text messages. New at 10 reporter Maya Signs has the story.
Yeah, Craig, Mina Davis is running for District 8. She's 25 years old, one of the youngest candidates, and is black and Filipino. In this case, she says that's why she's been getting some racially driven messages.
That's not appropriate. It's not a good dialogue to have.
Mina Davis says she's been getting some not so friendly messages during her campaign for the legislature.
The first one was just where they used what we say in the community, hard R. And the perception I grew up with if they started using that, they meant something, and that it was pretty bad.
Messages like this one, calling her the N-word. In the last 3 days, she's received several messages from an anonymous texting service.
It says, "Kill yourself already, you." And then the second one said, you know, everyone's going to know what a pathetic leech you are. Keep posting about me. It only makes me stronger, little girl. And then the next one says, everyone's going to know what a manipulating leech you are. Keep posting about me, little girl. It only make me stronger.
Davis says this is something she's been dealing with since December of 2017.
One of them actually escalated to essentially what it was a death threat, just because of Democratic activities that I had participated in, namely our county convention.
She says it's been tough to take.
You know, obviously I'm in a more public light. I am going to get these attacks. But what about the everyday people that look like me, that don't have the support, that have to deal with this every day? It's hard, it's not fair.
But Davis hopes this will start some dialogue about race.
We really need to see that doesn't matter how amazing of a person you are or how much support you receive from a community, these things are happening. So it's just been fairly disappointing.
Now, Davis says she's contacted Omaha police about the messages. She says it's also frustrating that some prominent people in her party have not addressed the issue. Reporting live from the studio, Maya Signs, 3 News Now.
To another topic, Nebraska Secretary of State John Gale expects to know next week if a Medicaid expansion referendum will get on the November ballot. Gale says county elections officials are still verifying more than 135,000 petition signatures. So far, more than 56,000 names are legitimate. About 84,000 are needed for the measure to get on the ballot. If approved, the state would grant Medicaid coverage to about 90,000 Nebraskans who currently do not qualify.
Now, your Weather Alert First Forecast.
Well, it's cooled off nice this evening across the area. Live view from Creighton University at 480. Those freshmen, yeah, they start going back to school tomorrow, starting to move into the dorms. 73 degrees right now, 68 on the dew points. Still pretty comfortable outside with a light northwest wind at about 5 miles an hour. We warmed it up today, 89 degrees. It was an awfully warm day. As the radar scans the skies, it's pretty dry. It's quiet out there, but I am tracking storms back to the west over parts of eastern plains of Colorado. Eventually, some of this moisture will be impacting us, but it holds off until Sunday. That's when the next round of rain will be moving in. As far as the next 12 hours go, in the morning we start off with 65. There could be some patchy fog early in the day. I'll let you know how this will impact activities that begin tomorrow and even tomorrow afternoon. What you can expect for the rest of your weekend coming up shortly.
New at 10 on 3 News Now. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office needs help locating 2 young girls who have been missing from a home for troubled girls. Deputies say 15-year-old Mackenzie Pollard and 13-year-old Paw Clay left Utah earlier this month on August 1st and have not been seen since. Anybody with information is asked to call 911. Now to that other map you just saw. Also new at 10 on 3 News Now. A Plattsmouth man drowned in Beaver Lake this morning. 70-year-old Kirk Caven was trying to launch his fishing boat from a ramp when it floated away. He swam after it without a life jacket on. Employees of the Beaver Lake Marina saw Caven floating in the water and they pulled him out. Unfortunately, doctors pronounced him dead at a hospital in Bellevue. School is back in session. Tonight, Benson High and Monroe Middle School parents are again raising concerns about the intersection of 52nd and Northwest Radial Highway before and after school. Reporter Alex McClune has their worries, the history there, and the city's response.
If you drive through Benson, you probably know about the intersection at 52nd and Northwest Radial Highway. Students at Benson High are back in class, and drivers and pedestrians have a history there. In October 2014, police and paramedics rushed to 52nd and Northwest Radial after a woman slammed her car into a light pole. Back in August 2013, police responded to a hit and run where 2 were seriously injured. Mode Shift Omaha says this intersection near Benson High and Monroe Middle School does not have a good track record.
I mean, there's signs everywhere. There's crosswalks. They'll learn. Everything.
Parents are again concerned about students crossing the busy street. Drivers are getting too close. Students don't have enough time to get across. Michelle Mangiamelli's daughter almost forgot about a blind spot by the gas station.
My daughter goes to Benson there, and she complained about when she come home saying that she almost got hit by cars. They come around so fast, that's why. They probably need to put a bridge or something there.
Yeah, yes, like they were crossing diagonally.
Yeah, they came through like this little black part right here, you know what I'm saying? And they came through, it was green light, and they was going this way, so the cars were coming that way.
And they were crossing diagonally.
We asked the city if it's planning anything like a bridge, but that costs millions. The city says it's aware of the concerns, and the state plans to repave the streets in the area next year and make those crosswalks more visible to drivers. Students I talked to say it's mostly the middle schoolers who are crossing diagonally through traffic. Nearby residents, on the other hand, just try to avoid the intersection entirely. Reporting in studio, Alex McClune, 3 News Now.
The woman who police believe was drunk and caused a crash last night that killed a motorcycle rider at 90th and Blondo in Omaha remains behind bars tonight. Police say 24-year-old Madarica Scott was speeding and under the influence when she hit 2 cars before crossing a median and slamming into 46-year-old Joseph Dillo on his motorcycle. He died at the scene. Police also tell us Scott was driving on a suspended license. Same topic. Omaha police say it is hard to monitor people who drive on suspended or revoked licenses, but it is something they see daily. We checked. Police arrest reports indicate that in the past 24 hours, cops ticketed 7 people for driving on a revoked or suspended license. Unfortunately, police say the consequences do not keep some drivers from taking that risk.
There's nothing that can really stop them from driving, so it's definitely not worth it. Like, obviously they can be ticketed, thrown in jail, or even people driving with suspended license can be very difficult to get insurance as well.
Officers say that for a first offense, the driver receives a ticket. Jail time and whether the offense is classified as a misdemeanor or felony is dependent on the number of previous violations. Omaha police cited a teenager for causing a crash that killed a motorcycle rider in West Omaha earlier this month. 17-year-old Dalton Glenn faces a misdemeanor count of motor vehicle homicide. Investigators say Glenn turned in front of 25-year-old Evan Welsh on Harrison Street at 180th. Welsh crashed his motorcycle into Glenn's SUV. Welsh died at the scene. Tonight, you could say the Nebraska Humane Society got lucky. We brought you the story a couple of weeks ago. Cell phone video shows a guy stealing a beagle puppy out of the back of a Nebraska Humane Society van in Omaha. Tonight, we've learned the Humane Society found the dog. Senior reporter Jake Wazakowski has the story.
From the looks of it, Lucky, the 4-month-old beagle, is back to her old tricks. A ball of energy and a bark to boot. But 2 weeks ago, she was snatched right out of the back of a Nebraska Humane Society van near 40th and Seward. The tenants were being evicted and animal control was seizing 4 dogs because the owners weren't home. Neighbor Dan Cooper caught it all on camera. His quick thinking helped get the dog home.
I'm just glad they found the dog, and I was glad they were able to, my help brought the dog back to the owner.
The Humane Society says a tip that came into police pointed them in the right direction to locate Lucky. They wouldn't reveal where the dog has been and say the owner doesn't want to speak on camera.
Well, we're thrilled to find Lucky. The owner's been distraught, obviously, when the dog was stolen. We took it somewhat personally at the Humane Society because it was stolen out of our truck. So our investigators did a great job this week, knocking on doors, shaking the bushes, talking to people, resulting in this dog being brought to us yesterday by a source that's going to stay anonymous.
The Omaha Police Department is investigating and wouldn't say who the suspect is or what the motive was. Police reports indicate the suspect was there before NHS pulled up to get the dogs on August 3rd, and the landlord's son was not cooperating with investigators. The Humane Society says they've spoken to their officers about securing their vehicles and it won't happen again. They also say Cooper's quick work was also a big help.
You got something on camera, it can help a lot. I mean, it shows what happened. Otherwise, you're just saying, well, I saw this happen. When you have on the video, you can say, well, this is how it happened.
The Humane Society says they will be paying out that $1,000 reward for the tip that led to the location of Lucky. Reporting from 90th and Fort, Jake Wasikowski, 3 News Now.
Yeah, the kind of neighbor you want when you go out of town, right? With all the violence and negativity in the world, a young woman is out to prove that a simple act of kindness can go a long way. 23-year-old Eunice Ho is rollerblading across the country from Miami to Portland, Oregon. Today she made a stop in Council Bluffs. Without any money or plans on where she will sleep each night, Ho relies on the kindness of others.
My mission is to show that there are a lot of amazing people in the world, and every day I have no plans, but all I have is just faith in the goodness of people.
Wow, get this. Ho says at every stop along the way, a stranger has opened their home to her. Her greater goal is to raise $60,000 to sponsor 130 girls in Kenya and Uganda to go to school. Creighton University students are arriving on campus this weekend for the new school year. Freshman students began moving into the dorms tonight. Creighton student volunteers greeted them. For the second year in a row, this year's freshman class is the largest in school history, with more than 1,100 in fact. The move-in continues tomorrow. As a result, 24th Street between Cumming and Cass and Burt from Highway 75 to 23rd Street will be closed from 6 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon. The freshman class at UNL received a taste of a football tradition tonight. The incoming class took part in the freshman tunnel walk and gathered for a group photo on the N at midfield of Memorial Stadium. How exciting is that? Also, the Cornhusker Marching Band gave its annual exhibition performance. Tomorrow, thousands of Husker fans will pack Memorial Stadium for the annual Fan Day to meet the players and Coach Scott Frost. It begins at 6:30 p.m. A lot of people are getting their Greek on this weekend. The annual Greek Festival kicked off tonight at St. John the Baptist Greek Orthodox Church near Park and Jackson. There's Greek food and pastries, traditional Greek music and dancing. The fun continues tomorrow from 11 in the morning until 10 at night and Sunday from 11 until 7 p.m. It's a horrific case that has stunned a small town north of Denver and the entire country for that matter. A man sits in jail tonight accused of killing his pregnant wife and 2 young daughters. What prosecutors say he did with the little girls' bodies and his own words that some are calling emotionless. Next.
You're watching KMTV 3 News Now with Jennifer Griswold, Craig Nigrelli, Weather Alert Team meteorologist Jennifer Zeppelin, and sports with Adam Kruger. This is KMTV 3 News Now, live at 10.
Everything you need's right here.
It's where you start every morning and end each day. It's the place you go to look your best. Now, make it the bathroom you've always dreamed of with Rebath. From free design consultation and quality products to installation in just days, Rebath is your complete bathroom remodeling solution. Call 402-281-2390 and save up to $1,000 on your complete bathroom remodel.
Nebraska Furniture Mart started by giving customers the best value on home furnishings. We've grown by staying true to that value and adding more ways to help make the place you live the place you love. Now we're celebrating with anniversary deals that our customers will love, plus special 24-month financing. Join us as we celebrate the savings tradition.
How's your fan cave? Check out Game Day Essentials, grill demos, special tastings, even a foosball tournament. Saturday at Nebraska Furniture Mart.
My father passed his truck down to me. That's the same thing I want to do with you. I want to give you something that I work hard to get.
It's an emotional thing to watch a child grow up, and especially get behind the wheel.
I want to keep, stacking up the memories and the miles and the years.
He's going to get mine, but I'm going to get a new one.
When it's time for your old Chevy truck to become their new Chevy truck, there's great deals from Chevy. Current qualified GM lessees can get this Silverado All-Star for around $229 a month. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Camping World is your one-stop shopping destination for everything RV. Visit Camping World today.
It's a story that has shocked the nation. A Colorado man who went on TV after his pregnant wife and 2 young daughters disappeared early this week sits in jail tonight, accused of killing them and getting rid of their bodies. Prosecutors are expected to file murder charges next week. Chris Martinez has the latest.
Mourners and relatives left flowers and stuffed animals outside the Colorado home Chris Watts once shared with his family.
You don't know someone at all until you find out that they have done something so evil.
Mr. Watts, why did you kill your wife and 2 children?
Watts was arrested Thursday on suspicion of killing his pregnant wife Shanann and their 2 young daughters, 3-year-old Celeste and 4-year-old Bella. Their bodies were found that day inside storage tanks filled with crude oil on the property of one of his work sites.
The hardest part about it all is when you're closer with the family, it's the why.
Family friend Jeremy Lindstrom is still struggling to make sense of the tragedy.
We're dumbfounded. We don't get it. Lost.
The couple had experienced financial troubles in recent years, racking up tens of thousands of dollars in debt and filing for bankruptcy.
It's like a nightmare that I just can't wake up from.
When his wife and daughters disappeared earlier in the week, Watts went on TV claiming to have no idea where they were.
It's not something I could ever fathom would happen in my lifetime.
For reasons still unknown, lawyers for the 33-year-old have asked for DNA samples to be taken from the children's remains. First-degree murder charges are expected to be filed against Watts on Monday. Chris Martinez, CBS News.
One other note, investigators have not released a possible motive, but friends of Shanann have told CBS News she suspected he was cheating on her.
Well, tonight it's been really fantastic outside, and as we head into tomorrow, another dry day for us, but the rain definitely increasing going into Sunday. I'll let you know how that will impact your weekend plans and how it will impact temperatures into next week.
Do you own a home? Take advantage of the equity you've built. Veridian Credit Union's 5-year fixed home equity line of credit has a rate as low as 3.8% APR. You can use the money as you need it to fix up your home, transform a kitchen, build an addition, consolidate your debt, or do just about anything. Call, click, or stop by any area Veridian branch to get started, including our 5th opening soon at the Shops of Legacy.
It's Nissan's Bottom Line Model Year-End event. Get big clearance savings on the last of our 2018s, like Titan, featuring an Endurance V8 with best-in-class standard horsepower and torque, backed by America's best truck warranty. The smartest time to buy a new Titan is now.
Save up to $11,683 on the 2018 Titan, or get 0% financing for 60 months on 13 models.
But hurry, the Bottom Line and our 2018s are almost gone.
It's the biggest sale of the year at Lebanon Mattress Factory. Summer clearance. Pillow tops, memory foam mattresses, latex hybrids, even adjustable beds. Get special summer clearance prices on nearly everything in the store. Queen pillow tops starting at only $2.99. Or get an incredible price on Lebanon's Asteria Pillow Plush. A 2-sided flippable mattress, now only $4.99 with a free box spring, free local delivery, free setup, and a free bed frame. Don't miss the biggest sale of the year at Lebanon Mattress Factory.
It's the Ford Summer Sales Event, and now is the best time to buy.
Dad. One step ahead of you, buddy.
I have to get the big gun. Make summer go right with Ford, America's best-selling brand, now featuring Waze. And during the Ford Summer Sales Event, find great offers on a huge selection of Ford cars. Get 0% financing for 72 months on Fusion, plus make no payments for 90 days, only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
All right, weather alert meteorologist Jennifer Zeppelin is here, and it looks like summer is back. At least it was today.
It is right now, and maybe for one more day, and then it's going to feel a little bit more like fall.
All those parents had short sleeve shirts on and cargo shorts moving the kids in at Creighton tonight, and you know, it's amazing how emotional sometimes they get it.
It certainly does. And, you know, that's a big change in everybody's life, you know, but it's exciting. Also a very exciting chapter for a lot of kids and even the parents, you know, some of them empty nesters now. Take a look outside. Radar is scanning the skies and nothing is being detected. You have to really go back to the west of us, and this is where the next storm system's organizing. A little trough of low pressure moving through Wyoming, Montana right now. Have some huge storms over the eastern plains of Colorado. All of that's moving eastward, but that's moving more into Kansas, so this will not be impacting us, but the system that's hanging out in Montana and Wyoming will have a huge impact on us going into Sunday. Now in the morning we start off with some patchy fog. I think it burns off pretty quickly. Rainy though for Sunday, so hopefully you've got some indoor jobs that you need to do, or maybe go check out a movie, whatever. Looks like inside is going to be the best bet for Sunday. Cooler into next week due to the chances for rain, and I'll show you those numbers here in a moment. As we take a look at the overall trend and pattern, tomorrow dry day for us, but as the storm system out west continues to kick eastward, the central part of the state on Sunday morning will see probably the more substantial rainfall initially. We stay dry at least for a few hours in the early morning hours across eastern plains, or at least the eastern part of the state, and even western Iowa going into Sunday morning. But then that rain really ramps up into the afternoon, and it's a squeeze play between two systems. A really slow moving one that's tapping all the moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. That's just going to keep funneling that moisture in our direction northward, and that will continue with the rain going even into possibly early in the afternoon on Monday. This front, though, will bring in the cooler air. The overall severe weather threat's expected to be on the low side, but this storm system, because it's moving so slowly, looks like it will rain for many hours, and again, possibly maybe even close to about 24 to 36 hours across the area. Here's a look at some of the projected rainfall totals. This is going to alter quite a bit here, probably within the next 24 hours or so. But look at these amounts ranging from 1/2 inch to maybe 2+ inches in some isolated spots. And we need the rain. When you look at the overall totals right now, nothing in the gauges for today, but we're down in the month of August by almost about 1 inch. 3.5 inches plus for the entire year. So we could certainly use a little bit more rain, and it looks like some is definitely headed our way. Quiet dry right now with 73 degrees, northwest winds at about 5 miles an hour. Very comfortable evening outside. In the morning we start off with 65, a little patchy fog in some of those valley areas and maybe even those low-lying areas. But I think by about 10 o'clock most of it will burn off. By around lunchtime we're at 82. Tons of sunshine around tomorrow and another warm day for us with a high of 89 degrees. So in the morning we start off low to mid 60s. As we head into the afternoon, plenty of sunshine around, and that will allow that heat to really build. Southeast winds at about 5 to 10 miles an hour, low to mid and even upper 80s, so slightly above average for this time of the year. And it's really the last warm day that we're going to see here over the next several days. Now tomorrow, oh boy, all things Huskers. This is Fan Day tomorrow at Memorial Stadium. Sunny and warm with temperatures that'll be in the 80s. Don't forget to keep yourself hydrated and wear sunscreen. Definitely need it because the sun's not setting till about 8:19 or 8:18 in the evening. The next 72 hours in the morning, as I mentioned, it looks like the chance for rain Sunday, but it looks like it really ramps up afternoon and evening up to 60%. We carry it over into Monday morning, so it looks like a wet morning commute on Monday. But boy, look at the cool down. 78 for Monday, 79 on Tuesday. That's my pick of the week. And temperatures stay in the low 80s all the way through Friday of next week.
Alrighty, Zep. Could Scott Frost be changing his mind on a 2-quarterback system? What the Husker coach had to say about the battle between Adrian Martinez and Tristan Gebbia next in sports.